All right, moving on to agenda item number 5, continuation of board business. Section A, resolution to adopt superintendent contract. I do have a resolution that I will read. At the conclusion of that, if any board member chooses to second that, we will vote on adopting this resolution. Whereas the Board of Education hired Michigan Leadership Institute, MLI, as a search firm to assist in the board in facilitating the superintendent search process with direction from the board in its process of finding the school district's next superintendent. And whereas, after months of feedback from stakeholders, several rounds of interviews and site visits, the Board of Education directed the school district to commence negotiations of a superintendent's contract with Rick West to hire, appoint, and serve the school district's next superintendent effective July 1st, 2024, subject to the approval by the board of a fully negotiated superintendent employment contract at the school district's next board meeting. And whereas the Board of Education desires to enter into a superintendent employment agreement with Rick West effective July 1st, 2024, and authorizes the board president and secretary to execute on behalf of the board the superintendent's employer agreement attached hereto as Exhibit A. Now, therefore, be it resolved that the Board of Education authorizes the board president and secretary to execute on behalf of the board the superintendent's employment agreement attached as Exhibit A. That's how the legal agreement reads. I know I had to duplicate that. So I will note that Exhibit A was given to, I did forward that directly to each of the board members yesterday and ask if there was any feedback on it to provide it to me one way. So based on what I just read, is there?
I move that the Board of Education approve the resolution as presented.
Second.
Any discussion? All right, I will take a roll call vote. Trustee Van Gemmert?
Yes.
Colin?
Yes.
Trustee
Yes.
Falas, sorry.
Yes.
Trustee Noble? Trustee Kumar?
Yes.
I'm also a yes. The motion passes 6-0. If you want to come forward.
Well, I have a minute to say a few words. I'll make it brief. I am greatly humbled, as I mentioned through the interview process. I am humbled and honored for this opportunity. If I could take a quick minute to introduce my beautiful wife and thank her for her sacrifice and her support throughout this process, and certainly through the journey as I chase my career dream that I received much sooner than I could have ever anticipated. My 3 beautiful children, Grant, Seth, and Aubrey. They keep me balanced and grounded, I can assure you of that. And then a couple other guests that were, quite frankly, a surprise here. My friends from Troy have come to support our superintendent, Dr. Rich Macheski. Thank you for your investment and your development in me. That brings me here today. Carrie Birmingham was our longtime communications director, and Chris Griefer has been my colleague from almost the beginning at Troy as the assistant superintendent of elementary. So your support through this process, your coaching, your development, and investment has meant a whole lot. To the Bloomfield Hills community, I am, as I said, honored to the staff that is here, the administration. Keith and Rebecca, you have been a tremendous support throughout the process, and I know you bore a lot of that responsibility, and I greatly appreciate that. And to this Board of Education, to whom much is given, much is required, and I understand that. And I am committed and excited to lead this district along with you and our administrative team, our teachers, our support staff, and everybody. As I said, we will focus it through the lens of students, of relationships, of outcomes, and of leadership. And we will get that 90-day plan going. I'm excited to start that, and I am just truly honored to be here, and I look forward to hopefully spending a long time leading this district along with the great stakeholders. We know, and I said it in the interview, and I believe it in my heart, the power is in our people, and the solutions are within our stakeholders, and I truly believe that, and I will work. I will not take one day for granted, and I certainly appreciate this opportunity, and I'm ready for it. So I thank you from the bottom of my heart. Thank you on behalf of my family, and we look forward to getting started.
Mr. West, in response to that, I want to say at the last meeting I made a comment about this process being very long for us. It's been a lot of work, but I think I can collectively speak on behalf of the board when I say that it was worth it, that we can say that, we started this over a year ago. It's a ton of work, it's tedious, and takes a lot of extra time that, we already give to the board. It took a lot of extra time on top of that, but I feel confident that it was 100% worth the thoroughness that we went through to get to this solution, and we're really excited and thankful that you're here with us.
Well, I appreciate that, and I appreciate the vote of confidence.
And for anyone watching, yes, he technically starts July 1st, but from what I've heard from Rebecca, I think he's like ready to go tomorrow.
I'm ready.
So, well, yeah, but really quickly. So we appreciate that and everything you're going to be balancing between now and July 1st, and thank you.
Thank you.